me see. Is there anything else that's gonna pop up before the next event? Oh, Tinder, are you here?
I'm here.
What's Ipos going to be doing during the introduction? Is he anywhere in particular?
I have no idea. It's probably going around making sure the animals and things he was planning for his performance are actually, here.
Okay,
I know
that
his
fits me.
performance isn't until later, but best get them all together. He's literally corralling cats here.
In which case, while you're literally corralling your cats, Reina, the crazy horse girl, will approach you.
She's not a crazy horse girl. She's a nice horse girl. She has a very nice horse.
But for a while, she just kind of quietly watches you. God damn it. Quietly watches you herd your cats and slash or other animals.
One or two of them may be a mimic.
I was worried about that.
How could you expect me to leave them out?
mm, mm.
Well, it's totally going to be part of my performance, having them just turn into random things. This is the moment I've been training them for.
Okay. But when you seem less busy, Reina calls out to you. Little kobold.
Oh, hi, horse lady.
How are you this evening?
Ipos busy. He has a lot to do before performance.
Do you wish for a hand?
Sure. He'll direct her
As
towards something.
as she picks up a bag of cat food and starts throwing it out by the handful. I don't know. However you
they're,
feed
they're not
50
chickens.
cats. I mean, I feel like cats would do this all the same.
They probably eat it all the same, but yeah.
Cats, chickens, what's the difference?
Ipos is currently surrounded by like 50 food bowls.
Meow. Tell me, are you aware of what watches?
What watches what?
You and the dragons.
Dragons? I presume these are the
Ah,
dragons for the later performance.
ye, presumably.
Yeah, I presume many things watching Ipos. Not sure about dragons though. Wonder if I could make them kobold dragons.
I don't have any more strange goo, I'm sorry.
Why? You know how
Do
to
you
make it.
want
He doesn't
do
know how
you
to make
want
it.
a level 6 sorcerer to come flying down here to kill you? She still knows fireball.
It'd be worth it.
Aaron's just like, Mom, no, he's my friend. He's just stupid.
I don't know. Would she really be classing Ipos as a friend?
A lot of things are April's is okay. Sometimes.
Damn.
That's not
Glowing
saying
praise.
that's not saying friend though.
That's higher than most people.
I'll take it.
But Reina looks to you and nods. The the spirits are watching you, Epos.
Of course. They talk to them often.
Oh, no, not the usual spirits.
Uh, which ones?
She grins widely. The Fae wish to join in on this night. And should you do well, they
Oh.
will take that as an invitation.
Yes, they all welcome. Make it very fun.
Dance your heart out, little kobold, and they will come, and perhaps even bring gifts. But be careful. They're hard to please.
Yes, they strange in what they want sometimes, and sometimes what is very good is not what they want.
That's true. But, Epos, thanks to your friendship, you're going to get a little bit of more help with your performance.
See, this is why you make friends with everybody.
You've made friends with like 3 people.
They're the three that matter.
As Reynor will use her inherent abilities, and by which I mean her cavalier abilities, to help you hoard your cats and other animals that will be taking part in this performance.
Oh yeah,
Actually, does she have hand animal trained? Oh yeah, she has a lot of it. Never mind.
I'd hope so.
She's a cavalier. I hope so.
It's just like I can't remember. Like I can't remember if I leveled up or not. I'm pretty sure I did. Regardless. Okay, and we move on to the next event with the Cloudhawks. supported by Robert and the flock. Does Ash have a particular performance in mind for this, or shall I just give the description I had in mind?
I kind of imagine the Cloudhawks kind of doing like just flying around the theater in various loops and things, probably tossing a few props or whatever between the lines going around. So just some generally visually impressive things like that. Although if Robert has ideas, I'm also open to it.
The thing I had in mind for the Clotox is they are, well, I don't know if you remember, but they are basically masters of aeromancy, including using clouds and fog and such. One of the things we could basically do is flood the place with clouds and have dancing images spin around people.
Why not? We'll add that to the show.
Yeah, well, they swoop through the fog. People just vaguely seeing these strange, stark white, fluffy birds fly past them. Okay, in which case, give me another d20 and give me the performance roll. Oh, I know I forgot to mention something. If things have a special event, they will trigger on certain numbers. I believe it is 11, yeah, 11 through 13.
I tried.
Let me quickly check.
That is
Oh,
not quite as good as before.
No, but this is my dice luck we're talking about here. In fact, I really don't even want to be rolling these dice, but here we are.
and you
Oh
could have
well
been
for
asking
you.
other people.
Jamek, would you like to roll the dice?
No.
Because we know what my dice are like. I'm either going to roll nat 20 or 5 or less. There is
Seen-
no in between.
You've seen my dice, like it's not much better. It's consistent.
It's less all or nothing.
I'm just checking. What spells does
In
Robert have
fact,
prepared?
I have an idea. Why don't we just
Oh.
get fucking random people who aren't performing?
Hi.
Like Rose and Sideline
Well,
and Darky.
I was gonna roll for the fairy dragons for obvious reasons.
Sure.
Okay,
I can roll.
that's fair.
Do it for the next few. Rose, you get fairy dragons. And then want to claim. Oh, Epos gets Epos.
Anyone want to roll for the Cloudhawks?
Sure.
Sidling. I guess at least Big B with Ralia. Unless Dark, you won't Ralia.
If there are two rolls, I'll do one, but Silence already said he will do roll. So
Am I rolling
if it's-
now?
Well, I mean, yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
And the flat 20.
In the flat 20.
You see, this is
Good talk.
4 again. Oh,
Well-
there's no bonus to that roll, it's just the same.
Oh,
That's not a flat d20. That's a d20 plus 20. So
you're right. You're right. No, I want a 24. Can I have the 24?
No, that's a Beyond V thing. Okay.
yeah,
well,
that is definitely comparable to what I rolled. My luck is extending through to everything else. My curse is spreading. God help us all. It's over.
second thing I forgot to note. If you roll above a 30 and the card has a special event, you can choose to trigger it instead of the event you would have gotten. I'll tell you now, the event you've gotten, thankfully, is not too dangerous. Essentially, remember how Staff was warning you about shit potentially leaking through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something, but during this performance, thankfully, hidden by much of the Cloudhawk's own doing, something leaks through from the plane of air. Just a generic elemental, and thankfully, it's managed to be pacified before it's too of an issue, but a few people notice, and essentially it's just a little bit of a disruption to the performance on large.
Maybe they're doing something here, not simply just entertaining us.
What? No, totally no.
Do you mind
But
if I
yeah,
come in?
no, we can just get someone who speaks Orin to just be like, you're
not.
free to enjoy the festivities, just don't cause trouble.
Lana has some diplomacy, but she can talk to anything that comes through. She knows like every language in the universe.
I mean, if you want to, as a person who doesn't have a role, do you want to attempt to counteract this event? And talk to the
Sure. Would you
air
allow me to
elemental?
use linguistics instead of diplomacy for these?
Sure. The air elemental seems mostly, what's the word I'm looking for? not stunned, but
Disoriented.
disorientated. It's like it was flying along, minding its own business, and suddenly, what the fuck is all of this?
So I was hoping Alana would go more like bouncer on it with intimidate. It's like you can stay, but don't cause
Back in the
trouble.
portal.
I think linguistics is fitting because he's probably gonna be talking a lot of languages. Well,
Yeah.
telling things like, "Hey,
Just intimidates it into paying the fucking entry fee.
I get my bad roll all the way." I mean, 18's not horrible.
You get there eventually. Thankfully, you do speak Orin, and with a bit of trying to understand this weird entity made of wind, you do get it across. But unfortunately, you will not be negating the penalty. But nothing bad happens further from it.
I mean, for reference here, I probably have it all covered.
Look, we already
Yeah.
know that you're a fucking language hoarder.
That was not the word I was gonna use for Rose, but
A language whore?
yeah, there we go.
It's over to say.
But I'm gonna cut it in quick. Do you mind if I make a quick talk to someone?
Sure.
So, Ren, as much as I like company, why are you hanging out with me?
They've been told to keep an eye out.
Wow, but why me? I mean,
We all know you're the troublemaker.
Ren shrugs for a moment. I've been told to keep an eye on both you and on Ash.
wow, I feel special. By who?
Apparently this is orders from Steve.
What?
With everything that's happened recently, apparently she's concerned that someone might use this event to do something.
Shit, I was supposed to be looking out for things. I didn't know I needed to be looked at. I mean, come on.
Ice cream?
Well, great. I'm glad I have fucking bodyguards now. That's good.
I mean, I could just watch Ash instead, but
No, it's fine. I like company.
Please feel free.
in the event that Ash and as a note, in the event that Ash and Aaron are really far apart, one of them will end up having Ren, and one of them will end up having Astra following them around.
Okay.
So you can effectively be in two places at once.
Side note: if Laz is here, Laszlo, I'm so gonna do a drug handoff of ice cream to him.
Okay, not where I thought you were gonna say. Where the fuck did I put Laszlo? He is here somewhere, or he was supposed to be here somewhere. Is he outside?
Stealth check.
Let me just fucking drop him. Drop you as well, sideline. Oh, right, I left a massive space because I imagined most of you might have wanted to sit together. Where's Aaron?
I got it.
Okay, there you go. The two couples get to sit next to each other.
Oh.
Drug handoff of ice cream. There you go.
Thank you. Let's see. Does anything new pop up? Oh, what would Rose be doing during the what would Alana be doing during the Cloud Talk performance?
I mean, she's just sitting with Roland talking to him. Anything? Idle
Okay.
talk.
That's why you're chatting, talking about, I don't know, any events more than likely. A little fairy drops in front of you.
Hello?
Greetings. You are. She narrows her eyes. You have a stench of war about you.
I mean, yes, you could say that.
She nods approvingly. Smell? No. I have been watching this place. Dark things happen here. You have slain many of them, spilt their blood. Can you give me a knowledge planes check, please? I should also probably note this is maybe a good time to use your bard special thingy.
Oh, yeah, Alana has that. Hold on.
Remember that class fight you took?
Chronicler of Pearls. What the fuck did you do again?
Since apparently
Yes.
I'm sitting next to Alana, can I also just roll to eavesdrop?
Sure.
Uh,
It's not very hard.
oh, actually,
It's hard to see if I can figure
I
out the
forgot, I don't have bardic knowledge, and so I'm just gonna take 20 on this. You know what? It's fine.
You take 20.
Anyways, it's a 30.
Ren, you have some kind of Azata. Also, I was wrong. The lizard person is a Gaffian, But yeah, you notice at least some kind of outsider. It's not like a regular pixie or anything. Let's see. I'll drop Silas somewhere where he can hobnob. All these hobs and nobs.
Looking at his cheat sheet, he's only bring that up to 11, so yeah, he knows nothing.
Alana, this thing. Well, thing is perhaps a rude thing to call it. This thing is known as a Ferillion? The main thing that you'd know about these, as your education might have been geared towards more the celestial enemies towards the evils, Ferillions are creatures that are diametrically, specifically opposed to Lamashtu.
Ah, I see.
Namely, they specifically go out of their way to hunt down creatures of Lamashtu, and as well as other chaotic evil chaotic and lawful evil creatures. They're actually one of the few that have specifically come to the material plane, to specifically hunt down these creatures. Beyond that, they have a few other things. They have a general as that of things like immunity to electricity and petrification. It can cast an array of magical abilities like neutralize poison, cure wounds, blah blah blah. I'll just post via thing in UC chat
Oh, I sound pretty. I like stars. I don't have a bias.
and others. I mean, a lot of the like little Azatas are quite pretty,
That's fair.
aside
They're
the
related to
generic
Desna. I
pixie art.
see. That makes sense.
This one's name is Pekitenia, and I would pledge my service to you in cleansing this filth.
Anna kind of tilts her head at that and then gives a slight smile. I'm sure the abilities wouldn't mind if I bestow some sort of help from Desna. Ultimately, we are getting rid of evil after all. I'd be happy to have you help.
Unfortunately, I am stuck on the wrong side of the plains currently, but in a couple of days I shall make my way to you, and should you require my aid, you shall have it. Roland is currently looking at this thing like, what?
What?
What? Alana, is this normal? Do you usually have weird extra-dimensional creatures pledge their allegiance to you?
Alana motions to her scarf.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm asking.
I mean, sometimes, I guess.
It's nice to meet you, Pekatenia.
This is Roland, and I am Alana, and he is also here to help cleanse the evil. This is the excuse Alana's gonna use now.
Roland's just, yes, nods. I'm aware of what subterfuge is. Or, not subterfuge, a white lie. Nice to meet you, Roland. I shall leave you now, and search for our way towards you. Should you need
Oh, go ahead.
me, crush this. As something strangely, most of these creatures are like at least slightly ephemeral. It hands you a favor. That seems very real.
Huh.
This will let me know that I need to hurry.
Alana will very carefully put this inside her mantle and give a polite bow. I mean, she's sitting, so it's kind of awkward, but she manages. She has manners.
I bid you adieu.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Zoom. So I abuse my DM powers. Let's see. And Big B, you're back, yes?
Yes.
You want to hobnob? And on in
Social gathering
particular.
is important for nobles to do this.
Yeah. And on particular, do you just want a general hobnob?
I think at this point he just needs a general hobnob to, because he's now got like noble friends that are more direct ones that he's like dealt with. The ones that he's sort of made friends with are they're good enough friends. Right now he needs general hobnobbing in order to get more situated in the general noble graces, which he hasn't really had a chance to do yet this semester.
That's fair. Give me a, well, your choice. You can give me a diplomacy roll unless you want to offer something else.
I will go with diplomacy.
I had the feeling you would.
First, let me double check. Do I have any spells that I can do to help me with this? Sadly, I think I picked up Focus Scrutiny as one of my second level spells, but that's a bit too focused for this.
I mean, Don't know. Does it say anywhere that you can't like shift focus scrutiny?
It doesn't, so I guess technically, yeah, but that seems like a bit.
Is it like my understanding was that you could use it on different creatures, it's just one at a time. So if someone lies
Yeah,
and you're not like ready for it, then oopsie whoopsie. But otherwise, very good.
I guess that's true. And with hobnobbing, I guess you generally focus on one person at a time. Still,
It's like
that's
you corner them by the punch bowl and be like, "Hey, wacky weather we're having."
yeah, which I guess that's kind of what he's doing. He's seeking out nobles and talking with them. So, sure, if you're allowing that, fine with it. So have a nice little knobbing.
Word choice, but okay.
I've already included the kebab and the curry bones.
Silas fucking scarfs down food to get diplomacy bonuses.
He ate the curry before coming here.
And I'm just thinking about all those video games where it's like you really quickly eat food to recover health. And I just imagine like Silas like, I'm gonna go talk to him.
Skyrim's it, yeah.
Breath of the Wild. Okay, 31 on Hobnob. I'll make note of it. And should you ever potentially need connections in the future, there will be people you can potentially lean on for help.
Excellent.
Let's see. Is Ryan doing anything beyond kind of keeping an eye on Ash and Aaron? Name escapes me.
And of course, enjoying the various snacks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's free catering, so he's going to take advantage of it.
Might as well.
But honestly, like a festival place like this is not that much his scene. Though he is mostly enjoying all these artists being around.
Yeah, even with the main performance going on, there's a few little kind of like little groups of Lyrican and what's the thing that Prismelody is? Liliand?
Yes.
I can't say it right. But there's a few of them also
Technically,
going
she's
around.
not. She's just kind of in the general shape of one, because that's what Ash wants her idol to look like.
Yeah, it's
But
quotation marks.
that's just how he do.
Yeah. I imagine Prismelody is also about chatting with some of the other Lilands.
Probably.
Oh yeah, if there was like, yeah, that's fairly accurate, Big B.
Yeah.
He just wants his art. Okay then. Unless anyone has anything specific we want to do, we'll move on to the next performance.
Question.
We.
The fuck is next to Restive?
Oh, that's a Liland.
Okay.
Liland. See the wings?
Yeah. I didn't see the snake lower half, so I was assuming something else.
I can't remember if that was the art I had to cut because it was like boobies. Oh no, that was the other Liland art.
Right.
Yeah, it turns out trying to find snake women without massive titties is really hard.
Yeah, they kind of have universally large
Yeah,
tits.
Snakes don't even have boobs. Why you do this?
people make them a weird fetish because monster woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for the proper snake women, but this is a celestial we're talking about. They're supposed to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Oh,
Either
yeah.
that or, biblical angel nonsensical makes you question your sanity.
Fear
There is no
not.
in between.
Screaming. Fear not.
Just find an angel that's an
Why
orbit.
are you fearing?
Except for the bard who's like, yo, wanna hold hands or wings, whatever?
For me? Puts fingers together. Okay then. In which case, unless anyone wants to call anything out, we'll move on to the next event, which is Rallia. Which, a big B or a dark, either of you want to make claim to rolling?
Yeah, both of you take
I
a
shall
dice.
roll for the noble psychic.
I mean, one of you could do the performance roll, the other on the event roll.
Yeah, Darky,
I
why don't you roll the events?
Will make things go wrong.
Yes.
Probably, considering it's my
So
luck.
far, your luck on the event rolls, not great. Gonna be honest.
Yeah, I know. But this is why I, decided to shoot for 5 of them.
I guess
Both of you take a
I
dice.
shall roll for the noble psychic.
I mean, one of you could do the performance roll, the other on the event roll.
Yeah, Darky, why don't you roll the events?
will make things go wrong.
Yes.
Probably, considering it's my
So
luck.
far, your luck on the event rolls, not great. Gonna be honest.
Yeah, I know. But this is why I, decided to shoot for 5 of them.
As you've rolled above a 30, Dark, you have, or Big B / Dark, you have a choice. Instead of triggering 11, which I'll tell you now is a neutral roll, nothing happens, you can trigger Rally a special event.
Which is...
Do it.
Darko choose because he did the event roll.
You know what? Something is more
I will say, if you're worried that it could be a bad event, I do have the ability to negate one bad event if I want to.
Riley, it seems like she's almost purely positive.
As said, though, something is more interesting than nothing, so let's go with the something.
Okay then. I'll tell you now, normally Rallia's event is a bad event, unless it is specifically triggered.
Ah, okay, so it's like a preparation thing.
Ren, while you're doing your bodyguard duty, you suddenly hear a voice in your mind as it appears that while doing her little oratory thing, Rallia is speaking directly into your mind. Ren, don't panic, but outside the hall, something's getting ready to start a fight.
Stands up. Oh. He'll try to mentally send back a message. He's not really used to telepathy. Outside, occasionally his teacher doing it. Oh,
Your
let's see then.
others are on their way to help you. She sends you a quick mental wink. Give me a second. I'd make another light.
Basically, as soon as Ren gets out of line of sight of like the actual like seated audience, he's immediately going to cast a new spell that he made.
Oh, the armor.
Yeah, because I'm kind of relevant right now.
Fair enough.
I wasn't wearing.
As
I wasn't wearing full armor in the middle of a show. That would look a bit odd.
Hey lads, where'd Captain Paranoia go?
huh? Captain Paranoia?
As
It's
if
not
you
you.
were one to talk.
Oh, fuck off. You know what I mean. The guy was told to pay attention to me.
Oh,
Astra's
well,
also going to zoom.
Oh, right.
You're in a room full of people. You're about as safe as you're gonna be.
Yeah, I know. It's
Can
just
keep an eye out
disconcerting
as
about the
well.
fact that someone actually was told to pay attention to me.
Is it disconcerting?
I'm used to being ignored. I don't like being paid attention to. It
I
means I'm
think
in the
this.
spotlight and I can't do what I need to do.
I think this is positive attention.
Shit, man, I wish I knew how to do your stupid cloaky thing.
I've been working on including another person in that, but needs a bit more work.
That's fair. Doesn't help that the floor in this place is, simple wood, and there's rooms underneath it for the artist, so I can't bring Rusty in here because he'd fall through the fucking floor.
Back to Ren. Ren, guided from some directions from Rallia, you end up managing to basically loop around to where basically the theater would be back down this way. As you head round, you're joined by someone, as an old woman falls in step with you.
Where am I looking? Oh, all in
Oh,
the
to
right.
the right.
There's lots of map.
Yeah, big map. Because I have a lot of things hiding in the sides.
She walks up as suddenly a ethereal breastplate kind of takes form.
She kind of pokes it. Ooh, you kids, so talented. Ruffles hair.
Thank you, Miss
Oh, it's Agatha.
Agatha.
Now, we should hurry. As she
Yeah, of course.
hobble.
Ren's going to glide down this way. Of course, he already had a floating disc prepared.
As you round the corner, basically what Raleigh would have ended up conveying is, oh, something's been sent here to essentially act the assassin. And as you turn the corner, its attention paid much more in front of it than else. But I would ask if you would roll a stealth roll very quick. It's a strange, fleshy creature with sharp fingers, more sharper than you'd like. Even creatures with claws. These are more like weird pointed appendages, more than fingers, or claw. Yeah, more than fingers. As it appears to be skulking around the hallways while they're relatively empty. Da, da, da. Whoops, no, not 126. Or 100, 206, that's the number. Thankfully, the fact that you don't actually fucking walk makes a lot of difference.
No footsteps, no tremor sense.
Yeah. I should probably also roll for Grandma. She good.
Yeah.
Thankfully it doesn't.
Is this thing?
What was that, sorry?
Does Ren have any idea what this thing could be?
Roll me a knowledge engineering.
Yeah, I could try.
I mean, yeah. I mean, guessing from the fact that it's like weirdly naked and very sharp and pointy and shit, nothing good. And you've also been warned that there's something dangerous stalking this event. You're willing to bet on it being the strange naked flesh person.
That seems reasonable. Yeah, that definitely seems reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and conjure myself a weapon. Seems like a good idea.
As I imagine you're basically going to interrupt it while it's basically mid-stride down the hallway.
Pretty much, as it's going to get. Let's go with a. What weapon have I not used in a long time? A Lucerne hammer!
Oh boy.
Give it the good
I am
bonk.
having trouble with roll 20.
Is it like lagging it and shit?
Yeah, no, I like can't connect to the site at the moment.
Oh,
Actually, unless my hoverboard counts as being mounted, then in that case I would actually use a lance, because that'd be quite funny.
I don't think it will,
Wait.
but
I think I'm reconnecting.
if you
It's trying. It's definitely trying.
if you can't, you might just want to pop open Tinder stream or have someone else screen share.
A Lucerne hammer.
I will not say that the board counts as mounted, but maybe that's an idea for something later.
Just an amusing idea because the lance charge.
Yeah. My only worry is that it's pretty strong considering you can kind of just fart out boards whenever. Other people have to have like an actual horse.
I can also fart out weapons whenever I want to.
It's true.
As
What
a
is
note,
it?
there is also the mount spell.
Yeah, but with a mount spell, isn't that like a full round action?
No.
No, it is.
Really? No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a stand action to summon a board. So.
Yeah. Like with mount, it's
I
a
just tend
round
to-
to summon it, and you have to mount it.
This thing here. Bad.
Yes. I will say before you make your attack roll, please tell me, because you're going to be getting a little bit of help here.
Okay. Do you need me to roll? Do you need me to roll like initiative or anything, or just take
Nah.
action?
This should probably be fine. Basically, just move wherever you end up moving.
I'll just recharge.
Oh, is the listen hammer reach?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. As you zoom around the corner, the air in front of the creature also starts to shimmer as a few other people appear.
There of all things.
And namely, appears they've been waiting for you, as you're going to get a little bit in the help as the person on the north casts a spell. You had yes. Feel free to roll me a spellcraft.
Also, just for confirmation, by the way.
Yeah, your aura.
Because I threaten also my internal squares, so in my case, so all of that is reach.
Nice. This thing only had a +4. As you turn around the corner, you recognize the northern figure, at least that's Lindsay from Between Ways, as she suddenly appears from nowhere, it seems like, and casts a spell towards the creature. Apparently, it's slow.
No.
So I'll give it a web. Let's see. Sten, do you have any other things that would be helpful for Ren? No. You're free to make your attack now.
I will do. There you go. Sorry, my damage wasn't right, so I had to refresh.
Shit.
That is a pathetic 2.
The creature will be flat-footed. I don't know if you want to add anything on with that knowledge in mind. I'll tell you now, it isn't wearing any visible armor.
If it's flat-footed, a couple of points of stamina can hurt.
Chuck it. 3 points of stamina.
For a 16. Okay then. I'll tell you now, that's plenty. As the hammer rockets into it, I imagine you squishing up against the wall.
Pretty much.
As the other two people with you take advantage of your quick strike to do their own attacks. As the old lady who's following you reaches out a hand and fires a beam of flame. Thankfully that's against flat-footed touch. For 17. And this guy charges as well. Much like you. Or, not much like you, but similar to you, he has a big weapon. Did I set up macros for Bane? I did not. Okay. I will do that quickly then. Bane added 2d6, right?
Yeah. 2d6. and a +2 to the enhancer bonus.
Yeah, thankfully that's easy enough to add in. And whoosh. Nice. For 19. What's this creature's con score? Ooh. Thankfully, a swift surgical strike takes this creature out. Ren, as you kind of recover, the old lady quickly rushes in and casts a stabilize on it. Oh, good job, kiddo. So talented, you kids.
And looks over at the other two, recognizing at least the woman from between ways, nodding.
You probably also recognize the one to the south, vaguely, in the fact that you've had a bit of interaction with the Psychic Society in the school. He's one of the members, though you don't know much about him. The two of them just kind of give you a quick nod. She asked you too, huh? Lindsay says.
Yeah. Well, ask my teacher to ask me.
Potato, potato.
Ren kind of twirls the hammer back, so it's kind of now resting on his shoulders.
Anyway, I believe we all have the next parts of our jobs to do. As Sten nods and picks up the body.
Any idea what this thing actually is?
No. Lindsay looks at some kind of custom-made assassin of some sort, I would say. Look here, as she kind of holds up one of its knife arms, or knife hands. There's a poison laced in these fingers. Nasty one too,
The
though
question
it
is,
seems a bit rushed.
who was its target then?
Mm. Could have been anyone, or maybe not anyone in particular even. Might have just been here to sow terror. Regardless, someone was ready at least, so unless there's more of these lurking around, it shouldn't be an issue.
I'll take a scout around though, just in case.
We'll get this thing. Yeah, smart idea. We'll get this thing away from here so nobody sees it. As they head off down the corridor carrying the body. The old lady looks to you. Mind if I join you?
If you want to.
Okay. These old bones aren't what they were, but I'm up for a walk.
Astra, keep an eye on the main hall. If anything happens, let me know. And
As you get, imagine the mental chime associated with Astra.
So Astra's basically just going to float around the main hall with a massive perception check and blind sight, just looking for trouble.
Thankfully, Astra doesn't detect anything weird. As Ralia's positive event was, people, well, obviously, you've raised it up enough times that the fucking mother sister's trying shit, and this time people were ready. Assassin isn't very good when it's known
That was
that
a
they're coming to
positive
assassinate.
event?
Yeah.
That was neutral at best.
Okay, I guess it was neutral, but there's a positive associated with it, which will be revealed later.
The positive is no one got assassinated.
The positive is they got one of these things alive. Barely. I'll tell you now, you're 1 hit point off of straight killing it.
I did decided not to open up with Shocking Grasp the hammer.
Yeah, you're fucking terrifying. You also rolled max damage for 21. Yeesh.
That was the power attack checked because I had time to preemptively ready that. So, yeah.
Turns out to end up being a positive thing. Regardless, the performance can carry on with your mainly negative event, or not neutral event. And negative event, what's the word I'm looking for? Negated. Let's see, what did you get? I should know that done. 32. Righty-ho. Before Ipos' event, there's only one scheduled thing to happen. Ash.
Hmm.
You're well more than almost halfway through your performance, and you've had the time to it's been enough time that more interesting creatures have started to have their attention caught by your performance. The strange things, the very talented people performing behind it. And well, you were the one who organized this, of course, as well as having blatantly celestial blood. You feel something lodge itself within your mind, almost a bit like, not quite a message, but almost like a notification. Is probably the best way I can put it. Ready for you to pull on it at a later time. Something wants to talk to you, essentially, but they prefer to do it in private.
Interesting. That's definitely gonna be happening after the performance.
Yeah. Just make a note. And unless anyone has something they want to do, we'll move on to Boss's performance.
Oh dear.
Do you have anything in mind first, Tinder? Or do you just want to give, or do you want one of us to like give what we'd expect for his performance? I know you have your horde
Uh,
of cats quotation marks.
yeah, it's one of those things where there's so many different animals and such being brought in for it. It's hard for me to come up with a specific performance.
Ippos's performance is unleashing the arc.
I mean, I imagine the performance is literally just kind of this hodgepodge of just different things happening.
But somehow it still kind of works.
Yeah, but that's because it's Ippos.
Almost like a knight in the Fey courts themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, if you will, give me your performance roll and your event roll. I believe Ash was aiding, so you get to roll twice on both of these.
Sweet. Where's my performance gone? There it is. Is anyone giving
You
me
also
any
have
bonuses
a
on
plus
this?
2 to your performance because again, I am aiding.
Yeah, you're getting a
Right.
+6 from catering and +2 from Ash, so +8.
Holy shit. That gives me a
If you have any
19.
spells, you
Annoyingly,
know
I
that
was
there's
I was looking at spells earlier, and there's a disappointing lack of druid spells that boost charisma or performance.
It'd be
Other
like
than
that.
like aspect of the nightingale.
And sadly, I'm not in the room right now, or else I could have granted you a bonus.
You're busy.
I could give you stupid gadgets. I don't know if you're interacting with an object.
Unfortunately, none of the rest of you can even try, really, because of how this performance card shit works.
Yeah, unfortunately, aspect of a nightingale wouldn't help because that's specifically for performance sing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you get Eagle Splendor? No, you get Eagle Eye. Not
Yeah,
very helpful here,
no.
but it just lets you look high.
Either way, this is a plus 19.
Yeah.
And you say I get a reroll on this.
Yes. Ooh.
Is it
You get to
roll twice, take the better, or
roll twice, take
No.
better.
Oh, it is? That's
Yeah.
not how it was written down.
I mean, the support just says roll twice.
I'll take the 33 then.
If it's a reroll, it would have said reroll. Okay, do you wish to trigger your special event?
What's my special event?
You do not explicitly know, but you've had hints thrown at you.
Yes, I want to trigger my special event because it's going to be hilarious.
Okay. With the floodgates partially opened, face spirits, with Elysium Order being sort of fey-aligned, in a sense. Small actual fairies this time, pixies and sprites, start to appear in the midst of performance, causing a little bit of mischief, but it's caught with a warm reception. People kind of know the flavour for this night by now.
Anyone who's
Currently,
spent any time around Ipos knows what to expect.
Currently, I'll tell you now, this potentially might combo with the fairy dragon performance, so I won't say what it does now until I know what the fairy dragons end up doing. Because if they trigger their own special event, this event will be boosted, and some of you will be
Ooh.
getting nice things.
And chaos shall ensue.
And this is explicitly why I put Ippos directly before the fairy dragons.
Hmm.
Aaron.
Yeah, there's Faye in the room. Chug that.
Interestingly enough, it does have an effect. You're not approached by many of them as they seem to find you boring and closed off.
She is boring and closed off, isn't she?
I'm not gonna have the person with the almost negative will save is not gonna get interacted with Faye. Good.
Interestingly, you standing next to Laszlo seems to. The effect isn't boosted, but he seems to also have some kind of aura effect that makes divinations and other such things weaker, seemingly helping you a little bit.
Yay.
As right now, you probably have like a +6 to saves against divination or whatever. I don't know what Enshroud Thoughts gives.
It
Oh, it's a.
actually makes me immune to like charm effects.
Oh, whack. Oh no, they get a caster level check, but still.
Yeah.
It makes you much harder to affect. But
Hmm.
with the fact of the fairy dragons in hand, Rose, do you wish to roll for the fairy dragons and the event?